With us today is Alex Perrine, and Alex, I wanted you here because, in part, our next guest is one of the biggest Bernie bros I know, and we joke about Bernie bros and whatnot, but there are the real deals, and this guy. Sometimes you need just some counterbalance for just people who are just supporters of Bernie. He is the host of his own show called The David Feldman Show. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but ladies and gentlemen, David Feldman.
Hey, Sam. How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, well, my pleasure. Thank
you.
you.
Hear?
Yeah, I can. Thanks for joining us, David. How are you? What's new?
Well, the attack on Jimmy Dore is, I don't know.
Did you just hang up?
Like that.
I'm sorry. We lost you for a second.
Hello?
We lost you for a second.
Oh, no. I'm kind of shocked that you would go after Jimmy Dore like that. He read a book. Did you know that about him?
I did not know that, actually. Do you know which one?
Yeah, he read a book, and I don't know. I'm a Bernie bro. I should state this up front, that I hate Trump, and I love Bernie. And, the Democratic Party needs to be a big tent, Sam. And it's like you're kicking people like Jimmy Dore out of our tent. This is, we have to be very inclusive as Bernie bros. And it's kind of you're pushing people out of our tent when you talk that way. So I'm concerned.
Well,
we need.
Go ahead.
Well, I think there's room in our party for everybody. And to go after Jimmy, who read a book, I think it's unfair to but I don't know. I'm very nervous about the party. I'm very nervous about what's going on in the party, because I'm a big Bernie bro, right?
No, I know that you're a big Bernie bro. Yes, I mean you talk about how big of a Bernie bro you are all the time. Like, how much more? Like, who are we excluding from the tent? What are you worried about?
We need to be a big tent party and make sure that everybody's on board. And you remind me of Bernie, quite frankly. Your behavior is, if I may be so bold, I think you're reminiscent of Bernie's behavior in Iowa. I mean, it was just disgraceful the way Bernie behaved in Bernie. He's a tyrant, and he's dividing the party, and this is not right.
How did Bernie divide the party?
I've been watching the show. I mean, look what you're doing. I mean, Pete declared victory first, and it was a beautiful speech. And for Bernie to wait for all the votes to be tallied and then come out and say he won, it's exactly why people don't like him. He's not willing. I mean, it's tyranny. It's tyranny.
Wait, so you're saying it's tyranny to come out and wait for the votes to be counted and then say after you've won all the votes that you won? You're saying that's tyrannical.
He lost. He lost Iowa. Admit defeat and move on. He's like Trump. He's a sore loser. Bernie lost. And to declare victory yesterday, when it was so obvious that Pete Buttigieg got to the microphone first to declare victory, that's just bad sportsmanship. If Bernie wanted to win Iowa, he should have said he won before Mayor Pete said he won. I'm not a lawyer, but it's squatters' rights. It's squatters' rights. I was here first.
Well, no, wait a second.
Have you ever tried? It's squatters' rights. Mayor Pete declared victory first. He won.
So you're saying that you win the Iowa caucus based upon if you come out and say you did first? That's the way we should determine who wins?
It's a bad look. It's a bad look for Bernie. And I love Bernie from way back. I'm a lefty from way back. I want all the things that Bernie wants. But he's unelectable, Sam. I saw it in Iowa. I mean, look what happened. He can't win. I mean, how much more proof do you need? Look at Joe Biden. How did Joe Biden do in Iowa?
Poorly, very poorly.
He did poorly because he's an old white man, and Iowa is saying they don't want old white men.
Well, okay.
Look at how Joe Biden did. Old white men can't win.
But wait a second. But Bernie got more votes. I'm surprised. Like, as a Bernie bro, I would think you would be like touting that.
That he got more votes.
Yeah.
That was to mock Hillary. That's why he got more votes. He did that on purpose to mock Hillary. You know, he went out of his way to win the popular vote in Iowa, to lose the delegate count. That was to bait Hillary because he's a dead ender from 2016. He will not go. It's bullying and it's sexist, and I don't know why he keeps poking at Hillary. It's just sexist. She's a private citizen. Leave Hillary alone. She's off doing documentaries for Hulu, but Bernie's provoking her by,
Oh, you breaking
the moon. How dare he? You can't. Can you hear me? I'm breaking up.
You're breaking up
me?
a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit. But I think if I'm hearing you correctly, you're claiming that Bernie got more votes in Iowa than anybody else just to taunt Hillary Clinton.
Yes, because he's a dead ender from 2016.
But
that's why.
No, but he didn't.
He changed the rules in Iowa. We're not supposed to know the popular vote. Until Bernie came along, we just accepted what the good people from Iowa told us.
Whoever said they won first.
I want. I'm sorry?
Well, Alex was just saying, like, we would accept who won just by whoever came out and said they won first.
Yeah, and we took their word. We would take Iowa's word. And then Bernie comes along, and he demands, I want to see the popular vote. And that robbed...
Oh, you're breaking up. What's going on with your phone?
I don't know. Am I still breaking up now?
You're breaking up a little bit. Well, you seem to be fixated on Bernie. I guess that's because you're such a Bernie bro. But what about Klobuchar?
Well, what I'm saying is he's robbed Iowa of their privacy by revealing the actual vote. That's the pillar of democracy, is that you vote secretly and nobody knows how you voted. Now Now everybody knows that Iowa prefers Bernie to Mayor Pete by 6,000 votes. That's an invasion of Iowa's privacy.
Wait a second. When we do every election we get the totals. We don't know who voted. Like, states don't have privacy, do they?
In Iowa they do, and let me just say, this is I love Bernie. You know that, right?
Well,
from way back. I'm from Brooklyn. You're from Brooklyn, right?
Well, I mean, I didn't grow up.
You live in Brooklyn?
I mean, I live in Brooklyn, but I'm not from here originally. Bernie is considerably older than I. I think I was born when Bernie lived in Brooklyn.
Okay, I want Bernie to win, but there are certain stereotypes we have to work against, if you know what I'm talking.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Can you be more explicit?
Well, the counting thing. Can you read between the lines? This demand that we count everything, it plays into an ugly stereotype, especially since Bernie has more money than all the other candidates. This is unseemly for people cut from our cloth. Between the money and the counting, for Bernie, I don't think he's electable because I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but America isn't going to vote for a loud guy from Brooklyn who has more money than all the other candidates. He can't stop with the counting. Oh, count this. I want everything counted, and I need more money. I don't know how. I don't want to say this.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah. Well,
we're guests. We're guests in this. We're guests in America. Just lower your head. Stop asking for money and stop with the counting. It's not a good look for us.
but wait a second. So, what's your opinion about Michael Bloomberg then?
Michael Bloomberg, he look at the results from Iowa, right? Okay, I have to say I love Bernie. Okay, I'm a little uncomfortable saying this about Michael Bloomberg because he's the antithesis of everything I believe in. Okay, because I'm a lefty. I'm a lefty from way back, from before you were even born. But there's a fissure right down the middle right now in the Democratic Party. Went for Buttigieg, half the delegates went for Bernie. But you know who's bringing the party together? Bloomberg. He came home from Iowa with nothing. He came home with 0 delegates. That was decisively non-divisive, and that's what we need.
So
Somebody who is decisively non-divisive like Michael Bloomberg. That's what we need.
So wait, are you suggesting that Michael Bloomberg getting no votes is indicative of how
campaign, in fact.
he could bring the party together?
Well, everybody agreed not to vote for him. Page in Iowa, nobody voted for him. That's consensus.
It's hard to argue with, but aren't you concerned a little bit?
Well, yes, I'm very concerned.
Hold on for one second. Let me call you right back because we got a bad connection.
Okay.
Call him right back. Wow, he's really. I gotta say, like, he talks about being a Bernie bro quite a bit.
Well, it's nice to have a Bernie bro who's willing to be critical about the candidate.
I think that's fair.
Honest.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, move $300,000 into ExxonMobil, and I'll call you back. I'm on the phone with the majority report. Can you do that? But just make sure
David? David?
I want you to short.
David?
Hello? Yeah.
David? I'm sorry.
My
called
broker?
you. No. This is Sam Seder from the Majority Report. We were just talking. I had to call you back because we had a bad connection.
Oh, okay. That was satire about the ExxonMobil. That was a joke.
All right.
I do satire.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've read that. So now, David, you think that Bloomberg is the candidate? What about the other candidates? I mean, Joe Biden, Klobuchar. You didn't have much to say. What about Warren?
I think that Joe Biden, you're looking for a steady hand, unwavering consistency, dependability. Joe lost the Iowa caucuses in '88. He lost them in '08. He lost them in 2020. Steady hand.
Consistency. You can count. You can count on it. Well, do you have predictions about New Hampshire?
Well, I think that I hope Bernie does well. I hope he does. I think we need. I'm all in on Bernie, but I'm telling you, I just don't. I think it's just too aggressive, and I'm worried. I don't think he can win. I think he needs to apologize to Hillary. I think that would be a first step. To apologize to Hillary.
What is he apologizing for? I'm unclear with this. I mean, he went out and he campaigned quite hard for her in 2016. I mean, what is it that he needs to apologize
that was
for?
Paternalistic. That was paternalistic on his part to campaign for Hillary in 2016. He was saying to the American people, look, the little lady can't do it without me, so I'm going to endorse her. And that was sexist. And he infantilized Hillary by giving her a full-throated nomination at the convention and then going out and campaigning for her. That was demeaning and patronizing. It was like opening a door for a woman. and he should have stayed home and not campaign. That's why she lost. He was saying, look, I have to go out and campaign for this girl because the mean Donald Trump is going to beat her. That's sexist. It created doubt. And that's why she lost Bernie's endorsement. Bernie's endorsement that's why she lost. It was patronizing and condescending.
No, but wait a second.
You know that I love women.
No, I know
that I respect women. Right?
Of course, you're well.
I respected women before they even deserved any respect. Okay, from way back.
Yes.
From way back.
No,
before you were even born, I've been respecting women.
I mean, you've been respecting women for a long time. I know that about you, and you definitely, as soon as they deserved it, you definitely you were like one of the first ones to call that.
I was the first one. And Rashida Tlaib, for her to lead that crowd in booing Hillary Clinton, how dare you? That wasn't just sexist on Rashida Tlaib's part. That was sexist to boo Hillary. But
but wait,
I'm going to bring this up because Hillary may or may not have Jewish grandkids. I'm not sure how they're being raised since the husband is Jewish, but Chelsea's not.
Right.
That was anti-Semitic when they booed Hillary. I found it to be anti-Semitic because she may or may not have Jewish grandkids.
Wait a second. So you're saying that when that audience booed, and they were booing because Clinton had criticized Sanders, sort of like completely out of the blue, and the crowd booed, and Tlaib said, "Yeah, boo is okay." That was anti-Semitic.
It's not okay.
Well, I understand.
It was, it was more than anti-Semitic. It lacked civility. And now I'm not so sure I want Medicare for all.
Wait a second.
Now I'm not so. Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand the leap here. Now, because Hillary Clinton may or may not have a Jewish grandchild, you don't want Medicare for all.
No, because of the booing, the lack of civility. I'm not sure that free tuition at our public colleges is a good idea now because of this because a Bernie surrogate misbehaved. I just can't trust the man. And he is provoking Hillary. She's a private citizen. Why is he He's promising the moon. You expect Hillary to just sit back and say nothing when Bernie is irresponsibly promising the moon? It's reckless. I'm old enough to remember JFK promising the moon, and then he promised Medicare, and then he promised Medicare, and then he promised civil rights. And once you deliver on these promises, the way the Democrats did, the American people, they begin to take you at your word, and they stop trusting you. They stop trusting you.
No, wait a second. Because why?
Yeah.
Well, I just don't follow that.
Because we need a country that dreams big. And Bernie's not a dreamer. He means what he says. Like Kennedy and Johnson. They meant what they said, and that's not who we are as a people. We dream of things. Like Obama, Biden, Mayor Pete. Bernie's not a dreamer. He's not dreaming about these things. He means it. That's uninspiring. You can't win an election unless you dream big. People want to be inspired.
No, wait a second.
They don't want you to promise the moon and then deliver it.
So you're saying that the actual deliverance of aspirations is uninspiring because it means that you're not aspiring enough?
I'm saying we need to dream big. Anything is possible. You heard what Joe Biden said. There's nothing this country can't do if we put our minds to it. That's who we are as a people. We dream of things and say, why not? That's what we do. We don't actually do them. If you do them, then there's no dream left.
It's almost like you can't let the dog going around the track catch the rabbit, right? Or catch the car. That's what you're saying. You're saying don't catch the car.
No. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So now, who are you supporting then? Because I'm confused. Because you sound like you keep saying you're supporting Bernie, but then you have all these problems with his candidacy.
I am all in on Bernie. All in. I'm a Bernie bro. I'm like my kids. They're embarrassed of what a leftist I am. The way I wear my baseball cap to the side. It's embarrassing. People my age. We don't. I never grew up. I'm a lefty from way back. I just can't help myself. I still listen to hip hop and stuff and
still.
I'm in still the Sugar Hill Gang. I'm not threatened by the Sugar Hill Gang at all. I'm a lefty. I can't help it.
I think that's because they're all
I'm a lefty.
Probably in a home.
I hate
now.
Trump.
All right. So
how can I hate Trump? I hate Trump. I'm a lefty because I hate Trump, right?
Right. Well, I mean, you could be left of Trump, I guess.
I just don't think Bernie. First of all, he's a socialist. Okay.
Right.
And did you know he's a socialist?
Yeah, I mean he's a democratic socialist, but yeah.
And I am too, kind of. You know me. I hate Trump, but the American voter, and I was against the war in Iraq.
Right.
After a couple of years, I thought, wait, this is not a good idea. I said, wait a second. I gave it a chance. And after 4 years, my lefty bona fides kicked in. I said, wait, whoa. This is wrong. He can't win in America because we're not Denmark. We're a left, we're kind of right of center. I know this. We're right of center.
Well, what makes you say that?
Right?
What makes you say that?
David Brooks. David Brooks makes me say that. He's a socialist. He used to be a socialist.
David Brooks did, yes. I see.
Yeah.
And he's seen the light.
Well, he used to be a socialist, so I trust him. And, and you young people, because, again, I'm young at heart. I embarrass my kids at weddings and bar mitzvahs when I'm on the dance floor, and because I'm not doing dad moves. I'm a lefty. I know, I do the butter churn, and it's embarrassing to my kids how with it I am because I'm a lefty, and maybe we young, I'm young, we like socialism, but old people, no, they old people want to keep their Social Security and their Medicare. And the first thing that happens when a country turns socialist, what happens?
They strengthen or expand Social Security and Medicare?
And it gets so good, what happens?
That people are less immiserated?
Exactly. Old people are afraid of that. That makes them afraid of dying. When you're in your 70s and your 80s and you have your Social Security and your Medicare and you're thinking, oh my God, they're going to take it away from me. At least maybe I'll be dead. I don't have to worry about it. But that's why, you make Social Security and Medicare too good. Old people are going to be terrified of dying. And then you can't pay for it. If they don't die,
I see what you're saying. So if I understand you correctly, when they see everybody get Medicare, they're like, I don't want to die, or dying would be worse than being alive with all this support from society. Then they push themselves to stay alive longer, and then it bankrupts the country.
Yeah, and it's unfair to old people to have a really good, generous Social Security and Medicare, because when you say, hey, you're dying, it's more painful to hear that news.
Yeah. And I guess
How would
it's
you
also
like to be told you're I'm sorry?
I guess it's unfair, too, because they didn't have it when they were younger, if you expand it to everybody.
Exactly. Yes. But, I'm a lefty. I'm way back. Can I mention something?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to plug something?
Yes, please do, because we got to wrap up here. But you didn't give me a prediction for New Hampshire, so.
Well, I'll get to that in a second, but
sure.
I'm going to make a joke to prove my lefty bona fides.
Okay. Yeah.
To prove to you that I'm a lefty from way back. This joke, it's a bon mot, a witticism.
I'm
and
familiar with.
While it might be funny, the subtext is, gee, what a great ally David Feldman is by telling this joke. Okay?
Yeah.
So you know that I'm on the right side of history.
Right, of course.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to announce that I'm putting together a GoFundMe page for Rush Limbaugh. I'm trying to raise $3 million for the lung cancer. See, now by telling you that joke and hating Rush Limbaugh, it gives me license now to wring my hands over Bernie's electability because you now know that I'm an ally. Okay?
Uh-huh.
That makes me a lefty because I hate Rush Limbaugh and Donald Trump. So I'm a lefty, but I'm just concerned about Bernie. I just not sure he can win. So I'm just a little worried about him, and maybe it's his inability to compromise. That might be it.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, fair enough. I mean, we got to wrap up, but just give us a quick what you think for New Hampshire.
Kamala Harris looks good to me. Kamala Harris looks really good. I think she checks all the boxes. I don't.
David, she's not in the race anymore.
She's not in the race.
Correct.
Yeah, but I think she can win. I really think she can win in the general. And
but she's not in the race. She's not in the running to even win in the general because she's not in the running to win the primary.
I like Amy. Isn't Amy still in the race?
Amy Klobuchar. Yes. Okay.
I love Amy Klobuchar. Their father is an alcoholic who was married several times and died broke. I love that about her. I love that that's the only thing I know about her father. I think that's wonderful that the only thing she has to tell the world about her father is that he was married 3 times, was an alcoholic, and died broke. And I hope my children... Or the fact that Elizabeth Warren, the only thing I know about Elizabeth Warren's father is that he was a janitor. And that's all we know about her dad, is that he was a janitor. And I think that belies so much respect for the working class. When all you can say about your father is that he was a janitor, I think that shows a lot of respect for people who work as janitors, who push them up. She is really in touch with the 99%.
All right.
She could define her father as a janitor.
So your top 3, as a Bernie bro, your top 3 choices or predictions to win that you like in New Hampshire are Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, and Warren, in that order.
Well, I like Elizabeth Warren because she has an open mind. She's for Medicare for all and she's against it, and I like that.
She's looking at both
perspectives. That's how you create a big tent.
Right.
I'm sorry?
She is the unity. She's the unity candidate.
Well, how do you bring people into the tent? She's kind of like a janitor pushing the broom, the dirty, filthy, unwashed, into the tent, just like her father.
Right. David Feldman.
We want to get the scum of the earth into the tent. The ignorant, worthless human beings who don't deserve health care, who should be racking up debt and not being able to declare bankruptcy. And if they do declare bankruptcy, they still should owe money to credit card companies, and they shouldn't be allowed to, write off their student loans. We need these scumbags in the tent. That's how you win. And that's how the Democrats win, by bringing into the tent these low-life troglodytes who don't have degrees from Harvard, these worthless scumbags who I can't believe we allow these mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, working class people to vote. But
all right,
we let them vote.
David, longtime lefty, Bernie bro. Are you okay? All right, listen, David, we got to go, but hang in there. Appreciate talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Bernie. I hope Bernie wins in New Hampshire.
All right.
I hope he wins.
Yeah, no, you told us that. All right. Bye-bye.
All in.